This is a Fox News alert. No sign of survivors yet after a midair collision near Washington, D.C. I'm Dave Anthony.
This is still a very active search and rescue operation ongoing. 300 first responders that are busy in the freezing temperatures of the Potomac River.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson is near the crash scene.
Just before 9 p.m. last night, American Airlines, this is what we know, a jet with 64 people aboard, including the crew, collided with that U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter with 3 soldiers on board, including both pilots. That airliner was attempting to land on runway 33 at Reagan National Airport.
And the collision led to an explosion. There are reports of 18 deaths. No one found alive yet. We'll learn more at a news conference next hour. The American Airlines regional jet had taken off from Wichita, Kansas. CEO Robert Isom says,
"We are actively working with local, state, and federal authorities on emergency response efforts, and the American Airlines care team has been activated to assist our passengers and their families."
So some of the passengers were members of the U.S. figure skating team. The organization put out a statement. The athletes, coaches, and family members were returning from a development camp following the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Wichita. We're getting word also from Moscow. Some of them on the flight were Russian skaters. Hamas has set an Israeli soldier free, the first of 8 hostages to be released today as part of the ceasefire agreement in Gaza. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. back at the Senate this morning for another confirmation hearing.
I believe that that vaccines play a critical role in health care. All of my kids are vaccinated.
But the nominee to lead Health and Human Services sparred with some senators skeptical at Kennedy's first hearing, like Democrat Michael Bennet.
It doesn't matter what you come here and say that isn't true, that's not reflective of what you really believe.
Also today, confirmation hearings at the Senate for 2 other controversial Trump nominees. Kash Patel for FBI Director, Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence. America's listening to Fox News.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network, the Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headlines, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts. From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
The Super Bowl is a week from Sunday, and they keep getting ready in New Orleans to secure the game and the site after the New Year's Day terror attack when an ISIS supporter drove a truck through a crowd, killing 14 people until police shot and killed him.
Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry says there will be 2 enhanced security zones, one in the French Quarter and one around the Superdome, which will aim to balance protection and freedom. He says public awareness is key, and that data shows when people are actively aware and looking for potential problems.
Those that seek to create mass casualty events will seek another place to do that.
New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell says the city is an experienced Super Bowl host, but
we're still going above and beyond what we've seen in the past.
She says she's absolutely confident Super Bowl week and the game itself will be safe. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
As for the game, the Kansas City Chiefs will try to make history as the first NFL team to win a 3rd straight Super Bowl facing the Philadelphia Eagles. Interest rates have been left unchanged after the Federal Reserve's latest meeting assessing the economy.
The Fed hitting the pause button on interest rates, Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
The committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 4.25% to 4.5%.
In its statement, the Fed upgraded its assessment of the job market, calling it solid, while toughening its assessment of inflation, saying that it still remains somewhat elevated. Powell says the economy is strong overall and that the Fed has made significant progress towards its goals over the last 2 years, but the central bank is not in a hurry to adjust their policy stance. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks dropped after the Fed decision, even though no rate cut was expected. The Dow and the Nasdaq both fell more than 100 points. But this morning, futures are rising more than 100 for both the Dow and the Nasdaq. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Pothole patching operations will cause temporary closures along I-40 in Putnam County today. TDOT says crews will focus on areas between mile markers 290 and 304, both east and westbound lanes. The work expected to take place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mitsubishi Electric Automation has announced a new partnership with Motlow State College. A press release says the partnership allows Motlow to become an authorized certified training center, bringing select Mitsubishi Electric Automation classes to regional industries. Classes will be hosted at the Motlow Automation and Robotics Training Center in McMinnville. A revision to the Putnam County Schools cell phone policy could be coming. During a work session this month, Board of Education members discussed a policy change that will allow students to maintain possession of cell phones so long as they are kept off and out of sight. The issue expected to be presented during a February meeting. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning. Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06. Today is January the 30th. Today, Sheila, is Thursday.
Thanks for telling me the day because I've been mixed up all week. You know it.
I think a lot of people have.
36 right now, high in the mid to low 50s by this afternoon, and it's supposed to be a little windy and gusty today.
Ooh, windy and gusty.
Yeah, 10 miles plus.
Oh,
10 miles per hour plus the wind today. So
I'm glad I got a little extra gel in the hair today. Then.
Yeah. It'll stay nice.
Right. A few things you need to know over at Smart Bank. They've got a new division president. His name is Mike Honeycutt. So congratulations to Mike Honeycutt, the new president at Smart Bank.
Well, Nissan, it's another factory that's slashing production in their U.S. plants. They're offering buyouts to factory workers. The move is part of Nissan Motor Corporation's plans announced about 2 months ago that they were slashing 9,000 jobs globally, including in China. But the plant in Smyrna, the line will maintain 2 shifts while the other line will consolidate to 1 shift. The company. So I don't know how many layoffs that would be, but just kind of doing some consolidation, not shutting down, but that's some things you need to know too. All the plants around here has been suffering.
Well, yeah.
Nissan, and then the one in
the year's always rough on things. So I'm sure they'll bounce back. Hope they do anyway.
Me too.
Phil Tie has been around for 9 years. Did you know that?
I knew it'd been around a while, but I didn't know 9 years. That's pretty good.
9 years. They're going to be celebrating with the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce, and they're going to be opening up a brand new location in Sparta. Phil Tie is. So, way to go, Phil Tie. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's delicious. I've never got anything bad there. They're great. Great food's great. Service is great.
If you want to go to the ribbon cutting, it's February 5th. So this coming Wednesday at 11.
And Rafferty in his news may have mentioned some of this in Monterey. This is on I-40 in the Monterey area of Putnam County. Be aware, just the road construction is going on today from 8 to 4. The Department of Transportation is going to be working on some pothole patching. So it may be slow going up I-40 around the Monterey area. So
Up and down. I think it's east and westbound.
It says be prepared for temporary closures and right lane of I-40 on, both directions around mile markers 290 to 304, right in the Monterey area.
All right, yeah, do be careful. That hill's always a pain in the butt anyway.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at 59 South Cedar Avenue, and I'm not sure exactly what business that is, but it's Coffee with a Trooper. And so you can go have coffee with Tennessee State troopers and have coffee and conversation with them. That's from 8 tomorrow morning until 10 at 59 South Cedar Avenue in Cookeville.
You got any more?
Oh, yeah. So they're switching from round lights that are 12 feet up to a LED light that's 14 feet up around the square. And then they're going to raise the banners up too.
In the Cookeville Square?
Yeah. And so it's going to spread more light. They're LED lights. That's why they say they're raising them. Then they go on to say, and so we can raise up the banner things so people can't pull them down.
Has that been happening?
Yeah. I know that's hard for you to think about.
Yeah, because I couldn't reach it.
Short as you are.
But I mean, even if I was tall enough to reach it, I wouldn't be pulling down the banners. You think I would?
Yeah.
Oh, I would not.
So I think that's, I
want my town to be cute.
Yeah, so it seemed like I had one more thing in here. Oh, Macon County's own Jalen Gregory. She played basketball at Macon County. Went on to play at MTSU. She's just became the all-time 3-point leader in MTSU women's basketball history. So congratulations.
That's awesome.
Of Macon County's own Jalen Gregory.
Way to go, Jalen.
And that's all I've got, Sheila, for things you need to know.
Your 2 cents is brought to you by Freedom Pond in Sparta on Mayberry Street. They've got everything you need. If you're a hunter, you need to go there first. Definitely. Great bows. What is the Barnett bows, maybe? Well, it's name brand ones that you hunters will know. And then your gun and ammo store, they've got guitars, they've got other instruments. I think they have some percussion instruments, maybe some drums.
They had some drums there last time, with golf clubs.
Lots of different sizes of televisions, too. So just anything you need, go check out Freedom Pond. Your 2 cents, what's your favorite movie from your childhood?
Oh, geez, from my childhood?
Mine is Wizard of Oz, and it's still one of my all-time favorite movies.
Now, are we counting teenage years as childhood, too?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, you're still not really an adult yet, are you?
I didn't watch a lot of movies when I was a kid.
Well, that would have been like ABC Special Movie or CBS or...
Well, it had been something I'd have seen at
That was before streaming.
Or church. Have to be one of those. We didn't watch a lot of movies at home, or we didn't go to the movies a lot either.
Yeah, we didn't go to the movies.
So I'm going to have to say, as a little kid, I'm going to say Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's a good one.
I watched that one a lot.
And is it still one of your favorites?
I don't watch it as much anymore. No. It's probably not one of my favorites anymore, but I'll still watch it if it's on.
I feel nostalgic about Wizard of Oz. And then as I got a little older in my teenage years and an adult, I realized just how far ahead of its time it was. I think it was like done in 1945, started out in black and white and then went color, and then the ruby red shoes.
Well, the Wizard of Oz used to be a thing, you'd gather around and watch it on TV, come on CBS, and you'd have the waka 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 waka.
Is that what it did?
Special presentation. You'd be like, oh boy, here it comes.
Right. And every year I'd watch. I think it was like every year it would come on. And that's how come I knew it and got nostalgic about it.
You just watch it anytime you want.
Sure do.
And so it's not as special anymore. It's not as cool
Still
anymore.
Special to me.
I don't think so. Not like it used to be.
But I guess I appreciate all back in 1945 and doing all the special effects that they did and how they could create it. It's pretty amazing.
Head over to News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub on Facebook if you want to get in on your 2 cents today. Your 2 cents brought to you by Freedom Pond. That's at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. It's Good Morning Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Call us before you dig. Accidents are caused each year because someone broke a gas line that they didn't know was there. Remember, not all of our lines are in the street. They go through your yard to the house. Don't take a chance. The Cookeville Gas Department will gladly check any area before you dig and tell you if there are any gas lines present. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas. Energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
Hey Tennessee Tech fans, it's your head women's basketball coach, Kim Roseman, and we need you at the hoop Thursday, February 6th versus SIUE at 5:30 p.m. with Coach Pelfrey and our men's team to follow. Come watch us battle it out on the court and help us secure another home win. Don't miss a moment of the action this season. Get your tickets today at ttusports.com or call the ticket office at 931-372-3940. Let's pack the hoop and make this season unforgettable. Wings up.
Your Cookeville Gas Department works closely with contractors to make certain no gas line is broken when excavation is done. However, there are times when damage does occur. If you smell gas where construction is being done, please notify the gas department immediately. Better yet, call us before you dig and let us locate the lines for you. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas, energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
Hey guys, it's Philip Gibbons for Carlin Chevrolet. Aren't you tired of being sold a car by the other guys? And once you leave the lot, the dealership acts like they don't even know you anymore? Well, at Carlin Chevrolet, they're not in the business of just selling cars. They're in the business of making you family by having the #1 customer service in the Upper Cumberland for over 10 years and lifetime oil changes. Carlin Chevrolet on the corner of Spring and Willow or carlinchevrolet.com. Carlin Chevrolet. Up front, honest, home.
Easy Cater. It's all the food for your workplace, all in one place. With over 100,000 restaurants nationwide on one platform. Whether you need food for company meetings or events, daily employee lunches, or your next lunch and learn, Easy Cater makes food for work, work. And it doesn't stop at lunch. With Easy Cater, you've got great breakfast options, snacks, treats, and more. Whenever and wherever work happens, Easy Cater's here to make the food happen. Order now at easycater.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:18 coming up, Super Bowl Sunday. We are at Honky Tonk National in Sparta, and it's a golf course that has a awesome bar and restaurant. And we'll be there with prizes and drink specials and food specials. One of the prizes is a Blackstone grill from our friends in Monterey at Landers Trade.
That grill just looks really nice.
It's nice. Plus pontoon rentals, other meals that you can win at great places in Nashville and around the lake. Also, Predators tickets in the Lexus Lounge.
Whoa.
La Ti Da.
You mean that's kind of in a little
special area?
Special area. I've never been in a special area at the Predators game.
That you'd be allowed in there.
Except I do like the very top round at the arena because the fans up there are ruckus and they are great. It's so much fun.
I don't know if Lexus Lounge is ruckus or not, but
It's la-ti-da.
But we'll have those to give away too. So come join us. Super Bowl Sunday, that starts at 4 p.m. Our party does at Honky Tonk National. You can Google it, find it, come on down and hang out with us.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Have you decided who you're rooting for? Because I don't. It's probably against the Chiefs.
Well, I don't know who.
I don't hate the Chiefs.
I may end up rooting for the Chiefs. I'm not sure.
Depends on how we feel.
I don't know.
Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't think I'm a big Eagles fan either.
No, I'm not either.
So it'll be whatever.
Actually, the Chiefs fans are a little bit cooler than the Eagles fans.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Chiefs really is Patrick Mahomes' brother and how many times that they show Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But neither one of those is the Chiefs' fault.
They say they've paid her to do it. I don't know. It's like, that's just conspiracy.
I don't think so.
I don't think they have either.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, there's some Taylor Swift news coming up in sport.
Oh, my goodness. That's our next segment.
Right,
So stay close for that.
It's about her and Blake Lively.
Oh, my goodness.
Are they on the outs? Are they?
Ooh, we'll find out.
I know you're all on the edge of your seat, but right now, it's Your 2 Cents, brought to you by Freedom Pond, 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta.
What's your favorite movie from your childhood? I've said mine is Wizard of Oz because, I mean, just think about it. They did not have all the technology that we do today.
Yeah.
And they made it happen. And even though some of it might be cheesy now, you're thinking back 1940s. I mean, that's pretty awesome how they created that movie.
Another one I really liked when I was a kid, and I'll still watch it now. Not the new one, but the original, Red Dawn.
Yes.
I loved Red Dawn.
That's how I feel about not the new Wizard of Oz. There's a new Wizard of Oz they did. Everything's new now.
Right.
The nostalgia of the original. And then Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
He was in Red Dawn. Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, it was a good cast in there.
Great cast.
Yeah, I don't like the new one. It's got that fellow in there from Drake and Josh. And
I don't even know him.
He's just unbelievable. Like wow, unbelievable.
Like over the top.
I don't believe this.
Like you can tell he's acting.
Yeah.
I can't watch a movie when it's bad acting because it takes so much away from the story. Yeah. Can't get into it. Here's what you guys are saying. What's your favorite movie from your childhood? Jason Bauer said the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He said, I'm 40 and it's still my favorite movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
He likes the original now.
No, I mean, the
originals are always better.
Best, yeah.
Matthew said, Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Gremlins 2?
He said the new batch. I guess that's the name of it.
It's called, yeah.
I like it, though. The new batch. It's a new batch of Gremlins.
I don't think I've seen Gremlins 2.
Have you seen Gremlins 1?
Just barely.
I know, me too. It's like I've seen clips.
Yeah.
Now he's got me wanting to check it out and see what it's about and why he likes
Probably
it.
Still not going to watch it.
Julie said, Where the Lilies Bloom. I've heard of that, but I don't think I've seen it. Where the Lilies Bloom. Sounds like something I'd like.
It sounds like Where the Red Fern Grows.
Sounds like something that might make me cry.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Where the Red Fern Grows. I remember them showing that.
I'm getting chills thinking about Where the Red Fern Grows because I was so emotional in that movie. Not in the movie, but watching the movie.
That was a tough movie to watch.
It really was.
To me, that was worse.
It's a good story.
That was worse than Old Yeller.
It was.
I think so.
I agree with you. Old Yeller was bad, but Where the Red Fern Grows was more emotional.
And they'd show that to you at school. Is that where you saw it? Or
I think it is. Yeah. And I probably had to excuse myself.
Probably did.
Because, once I get to crying, it's ugly crying, and it won't stop, and then you get loud, and it's so embarrassing. But at least I got feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another
at least
subject.
You got that going for you.
At least I got that going for me. Scarlett said, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's more, I don't consider it a movie, but.
Yeah, I think it's only like 28 minutes or something.
Let me tell you, though, it is one of my favorite Christmas shows, I guess.
Yeah.
Daniel said, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Never heard of it.
I think Dick Van Dyke is in that.
Never heard of it.
Oh my God, it's good. I read the book and watched the movie. It's great. Angela, thank you. Wizard of Oz. I feel you, Angela. Johnny said The Cowboys, John Wayne.
It's a good movie.
That sounds like a Johnny Ferguson.
Yeah.
Smokey and the Bandit, Aaron said that.
Great movie.
Yeah.
And so many great lines in it. And you learn a lot as a young man about how to treat a woman.
Yeah.
In Smokey and the Bandit.
Because yeah, he was treating Sally Field real good, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds.
Right.
Susan said she loved The Goonies when she was growing up. That is a good movie.
It is. Yeah, I didn't see it till later in life, though.
Yeah, that's because, like we said, we didn't get to go to the movies when we were growing up. So then we're like, oh, I wanted to see this. Let's watch
I'm
this.
surprised nobody has said E.T.
No, they didn't.
That was a big movie back in the day, or Superman, or any of those.
None of that yet. What's your favorite movie from your childhood? Kevin said Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That was a good one. I saw that at school.
Yeah, I've never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, go watch how you say that one.
What's the old show where they come in on a train and there's all those really pretty girls in the water tower?
Gosh, I don't know what you're talking about.
I've seen that show.
The Water Tower?
Yeah, on the opening credits, they're all in the water tower.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But it's like
there's trains in lots of movies.
This is a TV show. And there's
TV show.
And it's like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Petticoat Junction?
Petticoat Junction, yeah.
It occurred to me then what you were talking about. I was thinking of movies because
I always get that confused with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I always
That
do.
was a TV show, and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a movie.
Right, yeah. But I get those two confused.
We also saw when we were in elementary school, the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Yeah, I remember the Apple Dumpling Gang.
It was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't call it one of my favorites ever.
A great movie, and I guess I'd have to look and see when it came out. The Sandlot.
That's a great movie.
That is a awesome movie.
That's where, what's that line about Smalls?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Isn't that where that came from, The Sandlot? I was thinking it was from that movie. There's a lot of great movies from our childhood, really.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure Sandlot's from our childhood, maybe from our teenage years.
Was it?
Preteen. Mandy Peppercorn.
You liked old Mandy?
I just remember they all did. She was the lifeguard. She was,
Had you young boys going crazy.
And Smalls gave her mouth to mouth.
I forgot that, yeah.
No, he got mouth to mouth from
her.
Right. And then he had that little grin at the end.
Like he wasn't even anything wrong with him. He just wanted mouth to mouth from the lifeguard.
Sandlot, man. That's a good one.
Bad News Bears. Remember that one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really like that. I haven't seen that probably since I was a kid.
Now the new one of that with Billy Bob Thornton's not bad.
He did one.
Yeah.
If it's got Billy Bob in it, I might even like it better.
It's not bad. It's not as good as the
original,
but it's pretty good.
There's something about that old Billy Bob Thornton. Maybe it's just his southernness that I think he's hilarious. I'll watch anything he's in.
Right.
Because I just a big
like
fan.
him.
Yeah.
Head over to News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub on Facebook. Get it on today's Your Two Cents. That's brought to you by Freedom Pond at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. Coming up next, we got the spoiler alert. Is Taylor Swift and Blake Lively on the outs?
Because they were best friends.
They were besties, and now maybe they're not.
Maybe Taylor might be backing up and saying
What?
Blake's got all this bad publicity.
What?
Taylor cares about that publicity, you know.
We'll get you updated with that breaking news when we come back with spoiler alert here in just a little bit on Good Morning Cookeville, live from the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Pothole patching operations will cause temporary closures along I-40 in Putnam County today. TDOT says crews will focus on areas between mile markers 290 and 304, both east and westbound lanes. The work expected to take place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mitsubishi Electric Automation has announced a new partnership with Motlow State College. A press release says the partnership allows Motlow to become an authorized certified training center, bringing select Mitsubishi Electric Automation classes to regional industries. Classes will be hosted at the Motlow Automation and Robotics Training Center in McMinnville. A revision to the Putnam County Schools cell phone policy could be coming. During a work session this month, Board of Education members discussed a policy change that will allow students to maintain possession of cell phones so long as they are kept off and out of sight. The issue expected to be presented during a February meeting. That's the news from WHUB.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said yesterday on the Dan Patrick Show that he would be a fan of 10-minute quarters in the NBA in the future. They currently have 12-minute quarters, the only league in the world to utilize them. Silver says he likes the idea of shortening games from an average of 2 hours and 15 minutes in total length to about 2 hours. Longtime Nebraska volleyball head coach John Cook announced his retirement yesterday. Cook won 4 national titles with the Cornhuskers in 25 years and made the Final Four 12 times. He finished with a record of 722 and 103, a winning percentage of .875. Danny Bushboom Kelly, a former Cornhusker herself, will take over as head coach after leading Louisville since 2017. In college basketball last night, Maryland upset number 17 Wisconsin 76-68. Auburn beat LSU on the road 87-74. Texas Tech over TCU 71-57, and UConn topped DePaul 72-61. Tennessee Tech basketball will take on Morehead State tonight on the road in Kentucky. The Tech women are tied for second in the OVC as they begin the second half of their conference schedule. On the men's side, they're looking for their first win at Morehead State since 2014. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
UPS shares are losing ground. Its earnings top forecasts. Its outlook for the year, though, is weaker than Wall Street was expecting. Shell is reporting weaker earnings. The oil company's been dealing with weak oil prices and low refining margins. Toyota remains the world's top automaker, even though its global sales dropped 3.7% last year. Toyota sold 10.8 million cars and trucks in 2024. The Federal Reserve took no action on interest rates yesterday. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says he's waiting to see where inflation is heading next. Microsoft shares are losing ground after a disappointing forecast. Meta's quarter was upbeat. The stock is higher. Apple reports earnings after the Wall Street closed today. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
When I started skiing, I didn't think about setting any records. When I won my first race, I didn't think about how many more I might win. So when I made it to the top of the world, it never crossed my mind to stop. Being the best isn't the same as being your best. There are no shortcuts to the top, so find the people who help get you there. I'm Michaela Schifrin, and that's what Team Stiefel means to me. If you're an advisor or an investor, choose Stiefel, where success meets success.
Stiefel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Past performance is no indication of future results. Investing involves risk. Consult a financial advisor before making.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
We'll see periods of rain break out today, and they'll stay with us into the evening, especially this afternoon.
with temperatures in the mid-50s. Overnight, we'll be back into the upper 40s to around 50, low 60s tomorrow, but the rain will taper off and gradually we clear out. We'll be in the low 40s by tomorrow night, and by Saturday, sunshine with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Here live in the Willow Window studio. Hang on, I got to press this button. Our Windows is going to start updating, and we'll probably go off the air.
Oh, no, we don't want to go off the air.
Windows updates. You don't want any part of, I don't want any part of that.
Oh, and we surely hate it right in the middle of the show.
Oh, my gosh, that'd have been terrible.
Everything is shut down.
Nothing worse than a Windows update when you're trying to get some work done.
Right in the middle of the Willow Window studio. Whew. That's a lot of windowing.
Spoiler alert time. Some things going on in the world of entertainment and music. Let's see here. Nicole Kidman's going to be on Stephen Colbert. Pamela Anderson's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel. And Will Forte is going to be on Seth Meyers.
I like all of them.
And then on Good Morning America this morning, Joey Fatone.
I like old Joey, too.
You like Joey, don't you?
I think he's got the best personality of all the ones in NSYNC. Is it NSYNC?
I don't
or
know.
Backstreet Boys. I get them mixed
Couldn't
up.
tell you,
I think
Sheila.
he was NSYNC. Then again, I liked old Justin Timberlake. He's Tennessee.
On regular TV tonight, Matlock, the new Matlock.
That's with Kathy Bates, speaking of Tennessee. She's a Tennessean.
CBS. Scamanda. That's new on ABC tonight.
Not heard of that.
Premiere. Law and Order and Law and Order SVU on NBC. Hell's Kitchen on Fox. The Randy Porter Show is on Hub
Yes, and he's going to be in this morning after 7 with us.
And then right before his show is the Cookeville Lifestyles magazine show.
Is this the one Shan's on?
I think that was last week.
I'm not sure who's going to
But
be
you
on
can still watch it on demand if you want.
That's a great story. Shan
Hub
has a
Plus.
great story. If you have not seen that, you really need.
Well, I watched. I didn't realize all that.
She's a miracle.
Yeah. But if you missed that, you can watch that on demand until the new one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Shan Stout episode is still the on-demand version of Cookeville Lifestyles on the Hub Plus or Roku app that you can download for free to your Roku device. What to stream, any of that on Hub Plus, of course. Netflix Season 2 of The Recruit, The 7 Deadly Sins, that's on Netflix, and School Spirits on Paramount Plus.
My goodness, that's a lot of stuff.
Paramount Plus, by the way, also has the new Gladiators.
Oh, yeah.
Gladiator
I haven't seen that
2.
yet.
It's good.
So did you watch it last night?
It's a sequel that's actually worth
Because a lot of sequels, it's hit or miss, but this one's good. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it.
with the story. And so it wasn't like they had to make a new story out of it. They kind of stuck with what would have happened, I guess.
Okay.
And so it all makes sense.
And Denzel Washington's in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does a good job because.
I mean, I've never seen him bad act. Not at all.
All right, Sheila, I want to see how you feel about this.
Okay.
A Little House on the Prairie reboot has been greenlit at Netflix.
No, I'm not liking it. It's one of my favorite TV shows ever. And here's what I know. Michael Landon is not with us anymore, and he was the main one behind Little House on the Prairie, unless Melissa Gilbert is behind it. Now, I do love me some Melissa Gilbert.
Melissa Gilbert to be in it or not. But Netflix is describing as a reimagining of the series based on, of course, Laura Ingalls Wilder.
It probably will disappoint me.
Sometimes Netflix does a really great job, and then sometimes you're like, Netflix, why did you do this?
I just know how I feel about the whole cast, and I love them, and Michael Landon is like one of the best ever.
I wonder if his daughter will be on it.
Yeah, she played
on
Tater in Yellowstone.
I wonder if she'll be on it.
Jen Landon. I think her name is Jen.
Yeah. Gretchen Rossi will return to the Real Housewives of Orange County for its 19th season.
19th?
We've let that go 19 seasons.
Which Housewives is this? Atlanta?
Orange County.
Orange County's been around for
19 seasons?
Yeah, that seems, because which one was the original? The New York Housewives and then Atlanta?
I couldn't tell you.
I did not know that one's been around.
Wow.
19 seasons.
Jake Gyllenhaal is set to star in M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's next movie.
You need to stop.
Which will adapt
M. Night Shyamalan.
a new original romance novel by Nicholas Sparks.
Ooh.
Maria Sorvino and Lisa Kudrow are in talks to return for a sequel to the 1997 cult classic Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
I might watch that. I like both of them. I like that. It was a fun movie.
Yeah. Maria Sorvino, beautiful. I don't know if she still is or not. I'm sure she is. Lisa Kudrow is.
Yeah. And I like those two together.
Yeah. That was a great movie. A great movie.
Yeah.
And it's so how old? What reunion would this be for them? I wonder.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I can't.
Several years later.
Yeah. All right. So Kevin Costner got divorced, right? And his ex-wife Christine Baumgartner is already ready to walk down the aisle again.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Connor is who she's marrying.
How do you feel about this?
Who was once pals with Kevin Costner.
Oh, that seems like a no-no.
That's a no-no in bro code land.
And I'm wondering now, are we tying some of the story together to
I don't
find out
know.
what happened? Remember, it was a brutal, they were arguing about everything, and now pretty quick.
Yeah.
And we were wondering about Kevin Costner. It may not have been Kevin.
May not have been now. I mean, and then who do we have him? He was
with Jewel for a little bit.
right, but then right after Jewel, it was
Another youngin'.
no, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Was it Demi Moore?
No.
No.
J-Lo?
No, yeah, J-Lo.
Was it J-Lo?
Yeah, he's been hanging out with J-Lo
Lately.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair trade, I think.
That Baumgartner, his wife, wasn't ugly. But maybe she was ugly attitude. We don't know.
But still, hey, your buddy Josh calls. Hey, I was thinking about marrying your wife. All right, I'm going to date J-Lo.
When you said Demi Moore, I would take that. I would take him and Demi Moore dating.
Whoever her surgeon is.
Demi's.
Is fantastic.
And I'm wondering if it's her keeping herself looking. I mean, I know it's a little bit of surgery too. I don't even know if it's surgery or just doing the Botox thing.
I don't know what she's doing, but
she, her whole body looks good too. Her hair looks good. All of it.
Yeah.
Just she just looks healthy.
Right.
And phenomenal.
Logan Paul suggests TSA agents stole $300,000 worth of watches from his luggage. If you're going to pick somebody to rob from, I probably wouldn't pick Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, if you're going to pick somebody to blame, I wouldn't do the TSA agents. You think they did that? I guess it's possible.
Who's to say?
Never know.
All right, so Taylor Swift and Blake Lively, there's been some reports that they're on the outs.
As buddies, best friends.
I'm here to tell you, they're not on the outs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at least that's according to sources, anonymous sources.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen them together. Blake Lively hadn't been at the football games.
She was at plenty of them this past season.
We'll see if she's going to be at the Super Bowl.
She hasn't been out much since all this came up with she's suing whoever the dude's name was that she did a movie with.
Well, Taylor apparently wasn't happy about being named in the lawsuit filed against her.
What was Taylor named in
I
it?
don't know. The Justin Baldoni guy, he alleges that Blake and Ryan Reynolds came up with the script rewrites and showed them to Taylor, and that he felt pressure to use them after Taylor signed off on them.
Okay.
But sources say the rumors are not true and that the two of them remain close friends. Taylor hasn't spoken publicly about the lawsuit. Well, she hadn't had time.
Well, I don't think she gets into all that. She don't speak publicly a lot about a lot of things like that.
No, she just writes songs about them.
Right. That's how you should handle it. Make money about it.
Coming up, spoiler alert is on the way.
No, that's what we just did.
Or the real good.
Yeah.
That's what's coming up. And also Ask Sheila. That's on the way too. Round 4 of this week's Ask Sheila on the way. So stick around with us here on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ, wanting to wish you and your loved ones a very happy New Year. We want to invite you to join us for a special new Bible study through the Gospel of Matthew as we read and discuss the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. Please be sure to join us every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. for our radio program, Words of Exhortation, right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve Him and serve others.
Experience peace of mind with Cove Generators, your trusted partner in power solutions. Start the new year with peace of mind and our exclusive offer. Purchase a Generac generator and receive a free 10-year warranty. Whether for home, outdoor, or commercial use, our expert installers ensure you never lose power again. Visit us at 728 East 15th Street, Cookeville, or call 615-241-6343. Trust the Cove Generators family to keep your family safe and powered this winter.
If you have automotive needs, Dependable Auto Sales and Service along with Colonial Automotive would love to help you. Whether it's towing or service, body shop needs, are you ready for a new car? We have everything you need, including the financing, including the warranties. It doesn't matter what it is, DAS is on your side. Please come see us at 1575 Interstate Drive right here in Cookeville, 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-7355, 24/7 at dasautosales.com.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place to get away from the stresses of life. Willow Window can help transform your home with the highest quality windows and window treatments. Choose from honeycomb shades, plantation shutters, or blackout blinds for privacy. Motorized window treatments can control outside light with the touch of a remote. Get your free estimate today. Call 931-Window-1. Willow Window, 310 Newman Drive in Cookeville.
Willow Window, making your home beautiful again.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Over 50 years and still going strong and growing. With American Way, you'll gain the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in today's market. We provide realtors the tools they need to succeed, so this essentially adds up to success for the agents. If you are willing to work, we can make it happen for you. We also have a very family-oriented culture with a focus on productivity. Give me a call. I'm William Baugh, 931-310-6291.
American Way Real Estate, 710 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window studio. I want to say hello to everybody watching this morning and having breakfast at the Doodle.
Hi, Doodle.
We appreciate y'all
Love the Doodle.
having Hub Plus on there, and everybody there having your breakfast with your delicious bacon and eggs, all the stuff I wish I had right now.
You're making me very hungry because their bacon is some of my favorite bacon ever.
In my Weight Watching, I've had to put a kibosh a little bit on the doodle.
Yeah. Well,
I was going quite a bit.
now you're doing it as it's a treat more than
Yes.
going like several times a week.
Right. It's my Friday fun day.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Friday fun day, the doodle.
And now Sheila's been going on Fridays,
What are you trying to do to me?
but but we go with Freaky Dave from
Yep.
Kiss FM, and so it's
We do have a good old time, don't we?
fun Freaky Friday
Yeah.
at the Doodle, and so I've been trying to just limit it to one day a week.
Yeah.
But they have such good catfish.
Everything is good. I haven't had anything bad at the doodle either.
Anyway, it's time for the real good. We always look for a couple of stories that are positive and uplifting. We call it the real good. 18 months ago, an avid runner named Mel Sykes faced the challenge of her life. She developed a rare brain condition that caused her to lose her balance and slur her speech. Doctors were able to diagnose the problem, and then she had brain surgery, but they warned her that there was a chance she may not run again.
Oh, goodness.
The surgery was successful. Mel did all the rehab work, recovered fully, and beat the odds. And just a year and a half later, she finished a 268-mile ultra marathon in Scotland and loved it all. She said, getting to the start was a win, and then to finish, I'm absolutely over the moon.
She was grateful to be able to do it. Yeah.
That's right. In Bat Cave, North Carolina,
I didn't even know there was a Bat Cave, North Carolina.
Jake Jarvis and his company, Precision Grading, have become local heroes since the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Jake and his crew have been working tirelessly, using heavy machinery to rebuild homes and clear debris. And he's doing it all for free, by the way. When the hurricane swept through town, Jake knew he could help, but didn't feel comfortable making money from the misfortune of others. Jake, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
JJ.
I couldn't give them an estimate, so I just said, yeah, we'll just do it. He's got a big heart. So now Jake accepts donations to fund the repair work. He then matches the donations to double his work time for each job, making sure families get the help that they need. So that's good. He said, I'm paying employees. We're not getting rich, but we're getting by. Jake has made it a point to involve his daughter, Maya, in the effort. When she's not in school, Maya's with him on the job and, sitting with him and probably up on the big machinery and all that, which is probably fun for her. A memory she'll look back on.
Mm-hmm.
I've been learning that it's best to help people. That's what Maya said. You always have to put people before yourself. Whoa.
That's great.
That's big. To Mel Sykes, the runner, and to Jake and his crew with Precision Grading in Bat Cave, North Carolina, y'all are
real good.
All right, Sheila, are you ready for round
ready.
4? Let me get this ready here for
Round 4. It's Thursday.
you. Let's see what these are about.
Okay.
These, Sheila, are about just things that you use, I guess.
Things that I use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over 100 billion of these are consumed in the world each year. 100 billion of these are consumed in the world each year. What are they?
Something we eat.
It is something we eat.
Is it a vegetable or a fruit?
It's a fruit.
Okay, that narrows it down some. Thank you, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the easiest fruit to eat. Bananas.
You got it, Sheila.
Because they have their own, like, little...
Yeah.
I guess the orange does, too, but a banana's
oranges
so easy.
are harder.
It takes more time. I mean, yeah.
Americans throw away about 2 billion of these a year. Americans throw away about 2 billion of these a year. What are they?
Like soda cans.
Disposable razors.
That many?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hate disposable razors.
Well, I mean, I can use one for like 4 or 5 months. It takes me forever to get through a little packet of disposable
I'd rather have a regular razor because it does the job a lot better.
Yeah. Donna
Well, I guess the little, you still change out the little heads of those.
Donna got me the Harry's kind.
Yes.
You've seen those?
I have.
And so, at first
You got to order those special. She's bougie to you.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. All right, Sheila. Well,
I'm actually bougie to my husband because I ordered that for him, but he don't use any of that stuff.
I just use the razor. I don't
That's
use
him.
any shaving cream or anything.
And the cream smells so good.
Yeah, but I mean, why put it on if you don't need to?
That's what he says. What are y'all? That's right. Y'all are long distance cousins. I forget.
That DNA is strong. Us original.
They're real men.
I tell you, us original Tennesseans.
Yeah.
There's something special about us.
It is because y'all are like, oh, we got our own great musky smell. We don't need that.
Me and Tim, our family was here before Tennessee was even a state.
Yeah.
I think we were still Virginia when we got here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how OG we are.
Yeah.
All right, last question, Sheila.
Okay.
You got one right, one wrong. Let's try to end on a high note.
All right, I'll try.
I think that puts us at 6 for the week so far. So if you get 7 here, that puts you in an opportunity to get 10.
You always put pressure on me. You know that makes me nervous and anxiety stricken.
In China.
Oh, in
China, they produce about 300 billion of these every year. What are they?
In China?
In
300 billion?
300 billion of these every year. And as a hint, I'll tell you, these things have been in the news as of late. Not that you watch the news or anything. That's true.
I do watch it sometimes.
You admitted that you did have it.
There's times that I really don't, I'm not in the mood to hear some of the stuff.
Well, do you have an answer to this question?
Is it food?
Yeah.
It's food?
Yeah.
Raisins.
No.
I just thought that'd be funny. Wait.
Raisins haven't been in the news.
I'm trying to think of what has. Have you and I talked about them?
I'm sure.
Eggs.
Yes.
The price of eggs.
The price of eggs, yes.
Yay!
So
are you going to let me have that one even though I said raisins first? But then it just popped in my head.
Because you know my rule, raisins never count.
Thank you. But then I was like, what's been in the news?
Nobody
What's
really
been in the news?
likes
And I'm like, the
raisins.
price of eggs. It's everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
Yay!
So you got 2 there. That puts you at 7 for
I'm very proud of myself for today.
You should be.
But thank you for the little hint. That did help.
Well, no problem. We're on a team here.
I mean, yeah, thanks, Jason.
You know I've always got your back.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's a lie. You know it for sure.
I know when it really counts, you do, but
Yeah.
on the surface, he loves picking on me.
Well, so does everybody.
They do.
It's a lot of fun.
It's funny because even when I don't know somebody, they'll come up and start picking on me. I'm thinking, they don't know me, but they listen.
Now here's the thing. I don't like it when other people pick on you.
Do you not?
I do not.
Oh, you get a little protective, like a big brother. I like that.
I like that. The magnificent Randy Porter is coming up next, so we'll talk to him and see what's going on in Putnam County. That's all on the way on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out with us.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB, Cookeville.
This is a Fox News alert. They keep looking for, but not finding, survivors near Washington, D.C. I'm Dave Anthony. After an American Airlines regional jet about to land at Reagan National Airport last night collided in midair with a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter. They exploded and went down into the Potomac River.
One of the most tragic things was I saw them pull the body out. It was a flag draped. So I assume that was one of the military personnel.
He lives nearby. There are reports of multiple bodies recovered. No one found alive yet. There were 64 people on the plane, 3 on the helicopter. Fox's Rebecca Castor close to the search in the river.
The water temperature is at about 40 degrees. Overnight, it was about 5 degrees colder. So when we're talking about water temperature that is that cold, hypothermia sets in about 15 to 30 minutes. And experts say, once that hypothermia sets in, the body really has about an hour, hour and a half before it shuts down.
The plane was coming in from Wichita. Senator Jerry Moran is from Kansas.
We're praying that our responders are safe and the folks who are on that flight are recovered.
Some of those on board were members of the U.S. figure skating team, athletes and coaches flying back from the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Wichita, Kansas. President Trump posted on Truth Social, why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? And why didn't the control tower tell it what to do? Calling it a bad situation that looks like it could have been prevented. Hamas has set free 8 more hostages from Gaza as part of the ceasefire agreement.
Agam Berger was the first Israeli released this morning. The 20-year-old surveillance soldier was seen walking, waving and smiling as she entered a car belonging to the Red Cross.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has a second hearing today on his nomination to lead Health and Human Services.
We'll make sure our tax dollars support healthy foods.
Kennedy may spar with senators again over his past comments skeptical of vaccines. There are also hearings today at the Senate for Trump nominees for FBI Director and Director of National Intelligence. America's listening to Fox News.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
The Laken-Riley Act is now law. It allows the federal government to deport more immigrants here illegally, charged with various crimes. Named for the Georgia woman murdered last year by a man now in prison for life who was in the U.S. illegally. It was the first bill President Trump signed since taking office again, and he said he'll soon take more action.
An executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it.
That's where he says some violent illegal immigrants arrested in ongoing raids will be sent. A Mexican national here illegally has pleaded guilty to murdering 5 people in Texas 2 years ago.
Francisco Oropeza went on his killing spree after a neighbor complained he was keeping a baby awake by firing a gun in his yard late at night. One of the victims in the rural town of Cleveland, about 45 miles north of Houston, was a 9-year-old boy. U.S. immigration officials say Oropeza was deported 4 times between 2009 and 2016. But San Jacinto County DA Todd Dillon says Oropeza is not eligible for deportation. He is not eligible for anything and will spend the rest of his life behind bars in Texas. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
Also going to prison, former Senator Bob Menendez from New Jersey, sentenced to 11 years in a corruption and bribery case in New York.
Menendez spoke on his own behalf, asking for some leniency, saying to the judge his career saw him do more good than bad. Menendez said after court he's innocent, calling New York's Southern District
the Wild West of political prosecutions. President Trump is right. This process is political and it's corrupted to the core.
Two co-conspirators, Weil Hanna and Fred Davies, got 8 and 7-year sentences, respectively.
That's Fox's Gernal Scott. Menendez's wife, Nadine, faces trial on similar charges in March. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day after selling. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Pothole patching operations will cause temporary closures along I-40 in Putnam County today. TDOT says crews will focus on areas between mile markers 290 and 304, both east and westbound lanes. The work expected to take place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mitsubishi Electric Automation has announced a new partnership with Motlow State College. A press release says the partnership allows Motlow to become an authorized certified training center, bringing select Mitsubishi Electric Automation classes to regional industries. Classes will be hosted at the Motlow Automation and Robotics Training Center in McMinnville. A revision to the Putnam County Schools cell phone policy could be coming. During a work session this month, Board of Education members discussed a policy change that will allow students to maintain possession of cell phones so long as they are kept off and out of sight. The issue expected to be presented during a February meeting. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good Morning Cookeville with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:06 now.
Our Putnam County Mayor, Randy Porter, joins us this morning. Thank you so much, Randy. Glad to have you in here with us.
Oh, always enjoy being with you guys.
Your show is really, really good. And I know we've had it on the air on the radio for years, but watching it, you're looking right in that camera just like you're just talking right to us. And you're doing a great job on that.
Oh, well, thank you. Enjoyed it. Take a little while to get used to it, you know, because doing the radio and you're not worried about what you look like or where you're looking at. And then it's took a few shows to get used to it, but it's really good. Had a lot of compliments on it from folks that are watching, and it's took the show to another level that I never dreamed that we would be at. I told my mom, she's my biggest fan, of course.
Of course, it's Mama.
So, Mom, did you ever think that this old country boy from the farm in Macon County would have his own radio and TV show and be the county mayor and everything? She said, yes, honey, I knew you would. Yeah, I had high hopes.
That's a good mama right there.
It is.
While I'm thinking about it, hello, Matthias. Hello, Josie. My grandkids are watching in South Georgia right now, so.
And they're cutie pies.
Oh, they're the most darling things you've ever seen in your life.
Hi, Maddie. Did he forget about you, Maddie?
There's nothing greater than those grandkids.
I mean, it's like a whole different deal, right?
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
It's life-changing. You think that you can't love anybody more than you do your spouse to start with.
Yeah.
And then you get your kids and you think, well, I can't love anybody more than them. And then those grandkids come along. And it's a different love.
It is. I can't describe it.
I can't either. If you figure it out, let me know. But
all I know is
it just engulfs you, and it's a different love. And my daughter sometimes says, I think you love Avery more than you do me. And I said, well, maybe.
But that's a part of her, too.
Yeah,
it's like that's why you love them so much, because it's a part of the little girl that you loved.
Oh.
Yeah, do anything for. And then, that's a part of her, too, and then part of you. And
it's a different love.
It's amazing.
On those grandkids.
I don't know what it is, but they're I don't know if it's that I got a little bit more money now. Maybe I can spoil them a little bit.
We're at a different time in our life.
Yeah.
When we're raising our kids, we're
outworking
hard, trying to provide for them, and then now we're at a different stage in our life that we can enjoy them more and spoil them more.
And you really don't have to be the disciplinarian like you did when you were a parent.
No,
like 0 time.
Yeah, we were building our house several years ago, and Avery, my granddaughter, she was with me, and it was still muddy, around and everything, and she said, Papa, I said, can I play in that mud hole?
Of course you can, baby.
I said, yeah. So I went on about doing what I'm doing, and she's watering and playing, and she's soaked in it. And we go back home, and
you got
my
in trouble.
daughter said, oh, yeah. I said, what did you let her in that mud? I said, do you remember when you were little and you wanted to play in those? Well, yeah. And I said, she's little and wants to play them too. She said, but Dad, I said, hey, whatever she wants.
Right.
I said, it will wash off. It will put her in the bathtub. It will be fine. And I said,
but
that will be a memory.
But it would not have washed off when you were a kid.
No.
Because I was thinking, did you let her play in the mud puddle when she was little?
Maybe not.
Well, I just remember how my grandparents treated me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so
some of the best memories ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you were able to get into a little trouble with your grandparents.
Yeah.
So I think that's what grandparents are for, a little bit. Just that little bit of trouble. Not bad trouble.
The fun stuff that you don't always get to do. Right. Yeah.
We went to my mom's house when my daughter was young. She spent the weekend with them. We went to pick her up on Sunday evening and walked in the door, and she was up on top of the coffee table dancing. And I told my mom, I said, get down off there. Mom said, leave her alone. She's fine.
Leave her alone.
That's her stage.
You wouldn't let me touch that coffee table, much less get up on top of it and dance. She said, it's different now.
And there's no reason for it.
No reason for it.
None at all.
It's a mental change.
Yeah.
I think that we have when we have those grandkids, that we change our attitude as to what's okay now.
Well, you've slowed down a little bit. Things aren't as stressful, hopefully.
Well, that, and I also think that by the time you become a grandparent is you've realized what the priorities should be.
Yes.
You don't sweat the small stuff, like going in a mud puddle or getting on top of your stage, which is a coffee table.
But you're right. When you're young and you're first having kids, all you're really thinking about is working,
providing, getting to the next day, getting to the next paycheck, making sure the kids are safe,
and all that stuff that you don't think about the time that you're spending. And then when you get grandkids, you think, I need to make sure that I spend time.
Yeah.
Well, it's like my mom and daddy said. It's like a makeup for, not spending as much quality time with y'all as we should. And I was the quality time was we didn't want for anything. You've got food, shelter, and love. Mm-hmm. And then grandparents, they deserve that too because they've worked real hard as parents.
That's right.
That's right, yeah.
It's our special time.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And all the stuff that you shouldn't give them, like fudge sickles and things like that, because they're gonna make a huge mess with it. But here you go.
Here you go.
Mm-hmm. Here's the whole box of them. Who's your favorite grandparent?
Now that is a quest for me to be the favorite grandparent. Is that a quest for you as well?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
My granddaughter
was that abnormal or not?
No,
of course not.
we had we had kind of a little bit of a contest going on as to what name would my granddaughter say first, and she'd say Mama or Daddy, right?
Yeah.
So every chance I got, when I was feeding her, when I'd go to put her bottle in her mouth, I'd say Papa.
Oh my God.
I'd pull it out and I'd say Papa.
You don't know how much better you made me feel.
And you know what her first word was?
What?
Papa.
Oh, yes. Boy, how'd that make you feel?
Oh, it made me feel great, but not everybody else was so excited.
They didn't agree, huh?
I didn't get first word, but I was absolutely in the propaganda game.
Hey, that's good.
Way into the propaganda game. Papa.
Papa. Yes.
We even renamed popsicles to Papa. Matthias, when he first started talking and he wanted a popsicle, he called them Papakas.
Mm-hmm.
Which is super cute.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, these are Papakas.
Oh.
So I was trying to work it in any way that I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, the propaganda was strong. Well, that's Grandparent Talk with Randy Porter.
We need to have this more often. Yeah.
We'll be right back to talk about what we're supposed to be talking about here in just a minute on Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Be right back.
Living in Tennessee, I knew my child had many options for college, but I didn't realize the full support available until we discovered the University of Tennessee system. UT Promise, a scholarship for families earning under $75,000, was a game changer, ensuring my child could attend college without the burden of debt. After visiting UT's 5 campuses, I knew we'd found the perfect fit. Explore the same opportunities for your child at findyourut.com. 5 campuses, one just for you.
Discover the savings at Freedom Pawn, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. We're not your typical pawn shop. Explore our extensive selection of jewelry, tools, gaming systems, knives, and guitars, perfect for any enthusiast. For the archery lover, we offer Barnett crossbows and other top brands. And don't forget, we're your trusted guns and ammo store with the best selection around. Visit us today. Just look for the Bigfoot in front of the store and see why Freedom Pawn in Sparta is your ultimate destination for great deals.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Hey guys, it's Philip Gibbons for Carlin Chevrolet. Aren't you tired of being sold a car by the other guys? And once you leave the lot, the dealership acts like they don't even know you anymore? Well, at Carlin Chevrolet, they're not in the business of just selling cars. They're in the business of making you family by having the #1 customer service in the Upper Cumberland for over 10 years and lifetime oil changes. Carlin Chevrolet on the corner of Spring and Willow or carlinchevrolet.com. Carlin Chevrolet. Upfront, honest, home.
This great country was founded on freedom, and that was freedom from a country that forced us to buy overpriced tea and then tried blockading us when we dumped their tea into the ocean. How'd that work out for them? Well, it's time now to throw out your overpriced big wireless contract, throw it overboard. My friends at Pure Talk, my cell phone company, says no to inflated prices, and with a qualifying plan of just $45 a month, you can choose a free iPhone 14 or a free Samsung Galaxy. And yes, this is for premium service. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 25 gigs of data, mobile hotspot. You get all of it at a fraction of the price of AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. Also, they use the same 5G network. So get your free iPhone 14 or your Samsung Galaxy. You simply dial pound 250. You say the keyword SAVE NOW and check in with Pure Talk and their U.S. customer service team and make the switch. Pound 250, keyword SAVE NOW from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Morning Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:17 now.
We're having great conversation with Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter. I guess we should get to updates on what's been happening in our county.
Yeah, might as well, right?
I'd rather talk about the grandkids.
I
thought that was
Well, I just got done showing all the pictures.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
But no, wait. Well, probably everybody who's listening is tired of hearing about my grandkids.
Oh, well, we never get tired of talking about our grandkids.
Anybody who's been around me for longer than 10 minutes is probably, oh, crap, he's got his phone out.
We did see a lot of pictures during the break, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we went through them pretty quick. But, talking about things that are going on in the county, and I know there's some special things coming up, and they haven't been quite formed yet. I know everybody locally is working with state and all that about the Monterey chicken plant.
Yeah.
That's 433 people who are going to be without a job here soon. And I know there's some things you can talk about with that and some things that you can't. But, you're always recruiting.
Absolutely.
And I know that there's I think I read 2,000 jobs available in Putnam County. So, when we're talking about jobs within Putnam County, give us the rainbow at the end of the end of this storm.
Well, and that was a shock to all of us to find out that Purdue was closing the plant. We didn't have any idea. There was no warning. They told their employees one day, and that evening they called us and told us that they had told them and that they were shutting it down. We have a great workforce team has what's called a rapid response team, that when these kind of things happen, they go out and immediately start working on it. And we talked to the company, and was there anything we could do to keep them or anything? And there wasn't. They had already made their decision, and it was over. But we started looking at Purdue back years ago when they came in '98, and then of course it was FFM before then. They were the largest employer there for a while in Putnam County. They had over 2,000 employees.
Oh my gosh!
And over the years, it's been on a decline. When I came in office, I think they had maybe 900 about 10 years ago, and they were down to 4 something now. And so we came together that night and started working on it. We actually met at the plant this week with them and talked with them and getting set up to go in and help the employees and get their resumes updated if they need to be. And because you've got some people that have worked there for 30 or 40 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
They have one lady, bless her heart, she's been there since the day the plant opened.
No kidding.
Yeah. And so
I'm just thinking how devastating that would be to think, I've got to get my resume updated, I've got to find another job. It would just be devastating and scary.
Our hearts go out to those people, and we're trying to do everything we can. And so we got this team that's going to be going in now and helping the employees find other jobs. And there's plenty of other jobs out there. We've had a workforce shortage for several years now, and so we got companies that are already lining up and saying, we've got this many openings in these jobs.
And they want to help those that they know have lost their job for no reason of their own.
Yeah.
And I think we're very lucky to have such great workforce development here in Tennessee.
Yeah, the state does a great job.
They do.
I mean, other states don't have it as great as we do on that. And I know it's awful to talk about people losing their jobs in the first place, but that we're actually thinking of a plan before it actually happens to get people prepared and hopefully send them in the right direction so they're not so devastated.
Right. We had the assistant commissioner for workforce development at this meeting this week. I mean, that shows you how much that they care. And so this group comes in, they'll take care of them with everything. And when you look at all the new jobs that we had brought in back in 16, 17, 18, 19, and that area with all the new companies and continue to bring in, there's lots of jobs out there. You just got to get them matched up with what kind of job do you want?
Right.
And so we think that we can pretty well get all of them a new job if they'll just work with us. And some of them are retiring, and they've already got jobs they've already found. And I think there's about 60 of them that had already done that. And they were all, so it's not a good thing, but we're going to do everything we can to make sure they get jobs. And I think everybody will be okay. And we're also, we're also looking, once Purdue closes the plant down at the end of March, of them selling the plant and us
going to ask about
us working with them.
It wasn't always a chicken plant. I think it was a airplane thing.
Yeah, aircraft manufacturer. Yeah. And so we're working with them and we've had several companies already reaching out that is interested in the plant. Yeah.
Because it's such a, I mean, you may not have known it by the smell if you drove by it, but it's really nice inside.
Oh, yes.
Top of the line.
It is.
It'd be a great place for something else, and that's going to take some recruitment. But if you've already got a couple that are, looking at it, then that's great news.
We probably had 4 or 5 call within 2 or 3 days after the announcement went out.
I imagine that's hard to find.
It is.
A building that's already set up as a factory
with that amount of freezer space.
Yeah,
got a huge amount of freezer space.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, and that's very expensive to do, and so we've got several looking at it. And I'm not saying it'll be a processing plant. We don't know what that might come in. We've got several different ones looking at it, but we want to work with them to, as soon as possible, to hopefully get somebody else back into that plant. The big thing for Monterey is the jobs, and we'll find them new jobs, but the loss of revenue that they'll have from the water and everything. They just did that big water treatment plant, opened it up. Specifically, a lot of it was far produced, so they're working through some issues.
Maybe that makes it more attractive to whoever comes in next.
Oh, absolutely.
We've already got this water deal done, so no worries. Come on in and start making whatever it is.
Ready to go.
Whatever widget you make, let's make some widgets up in here.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I like up in here.
I feel good that it'll work out. Yeah, up in here, I feel good it'll work out, though.
I think so, too. And like I said, that big building like that with all the stuff already there, that's not just things you can find laying around in the world. That's
It really is a nice building, though, because I've toured that plant before, and it's really it's got so much amenities in it.
It does.
For the next business that comes in.
40,000 square foot or something like
Yeah.
that. It's large. It's a large building. So we're going to work with them and try to make lemonade out of lemons here.
I know that was, that's the latest thing that's happened in Putnam County, but a lot of, we're still looking at growth. We're still looking at, a housing shortage, I guess, especially new homes, but those are starting to pop up even more so now. And I know there's plans for even more homes and things like that too. So how is that progressing along, the housing here in Putnam County?
So out in the county, we're building about 200 new homes a year, which is big, and it's been that way for several years now. What hurt us was the tornado. Took out all those hundreds of homes, and we were already had a housing shortage with us growing, and so trying to replace those homes on top of the growth that we were already receiving has been an issue. I think we're starting to catch up. If some of these new subdivisions that they're putting in and all the homes we're seeing built, in the city and out in the county too, hopefully we're going to get the inventory in the market back up soon.
Do we have enough apartments and Dollar Generals yet? That's the real question.
I asked one of the developers years ago. I mean, this was probably in the late 90s, I guess. I said, "Aren't we getting close to enough apartments?" Yeah. He said, "Not yet, Randy."
Time to find out.
He said, "Keep asking." Well, I've been asking for the last 25 years, and no, Randy, they're still buying them or renting them or leasing them.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, when you're comparing, we've talked to people at Tennessee Tech, their enrollment has went up.
Yeah.
And that's not always people in Putnam County. That could be even out of state. Then there's people moving from other states to here. So
that might need a temporary spot that they need to be in while they build their home or find their home, and they're renting apartments. And it's just every time I drive past one, I'm like,
another apartment building? Yeah, it's it's amazing.
Condo houses.
Yes.
Where are these people coming from?
Is
there nobody left in Jamestown? I mean,
well, and what you see though, guys, is a lot of the university. A lot of those folks aren't staying on campus like you used to. I mean,
there's not enough.
There's not enough housing there. Right. So, I mean, I had my nephew came here to go to Tech, and what they did was they bought a house, and he had 3 of his friends that they shared the cost of the house. 4 years. Sold it for a profit and saved some money. And so you're seeing a lot of that. And then the generations that are coming on aren't like probably we were. I mean, we wanted a house and some land, didn't we? They don't want that. They
zero lot line seems to be what a lot of people are. The low maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the younger generation wants. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
they don't care if their yard is concrete.
No, and so it's a lot of different things coming together. But if the building keeps going, and we closed out the year, not the record that we had a couple years ago, but it wasn't far off, and so it continues to be steady. So hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Saw a thing from U-Haul last week. Cookeville is ranked 13th, I believe, in the country, not just.
Right.
In the country for one-way U-Haul rentals.
And it's one of the smaller areas that we saw on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was probably the smallest town in that list.
It was.
And then you get to thinking that, well, that's probably not going to leave us in the small town category.
Yeah, very much longer
if this keeps happening. And we talk about growth, and we talk about the how it looks now when we're out driving. And it doesn't look like it's slowing down. In fact, it looks like it's getting more. Is that the truth or no?
Well, we're still growing. I don't think we're not growing at the level we were there for a while. 2020 when COVID hit, and you had all these people moving here from all these other states. I mean, it was hard to keep up. It's leveled off some, and we are still growing. We are still seeing new things being built, but it's slowed down as far as people moving here, I think, some. They got us at about 84,000 population is the estimate right now. The census that we did in 2020 had us at just right at 80. We think that was a little bit of a low number because of COVID and them not doing a good job of, they can go house to house on the census, but we're still growing.
Okay.
We're trying to keep it as planned growth though, and not let it get out of hand like a Murfreesboro did there for years.
Yeah.
And
Murfreesboro or Cookeville.
And I think Lebanon is seeing a lot of that now with the growth in Mount Juliet. So it's moving this away.
They are getting In-N-Out Burger though.
Lebanon, yeah.
Actually had a conversation.
Hey.
He's about to drop some info to us. He called himself.
We're just friends talking here, Randy. You can tell us anything.
That's the thing. The key thing about Jason, he makes you feel so comfortable that you just say stuff, and that's why it looks so silly all the time.
I know.
Is that why?
That's why.
She's blaming it on you.
I do. I blame everything on him that's bad.
Back to the In-N-Out Burger. What were you getting ready to say?
Well, I had a conversation about them this week, and we're always looking for businesses that the community wants to see. I actually got a list. I have people. I was on Cookeville Lifestyle Show the other day, and that was one of the questions they asked me. What's the number one question that you get asked out in the community?
When's Target coming?
When we get to Target, when we're getting to Home Depot, when we're getting, and you go right down to Demos. I mean, you just get all the whole list, and they found that hard to believe, and I said, that's what people want to know. And I said, everyone has their favorite.
Yeah.
So what I did, start keeping a list, and we make contacts with those businesses and talk to them and try to, entice them to come here.
Well, I'd like to know just more about the recruitment process. Do you have to go, or can you stay for just maybe one more segment?
I'm good.
Okay, all right. Randy Porter's here. We'll talk to him a little bit more coming up on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. Pothole patching operations will cause temporary closures along I-40 in Putnam County today. TDOT says crews will focus on areas between mile markers 290 and 304, both east and westbound lanes. The work expected to take place between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mitsubishi Electric Automation has announced a new partnership with Motlow State College. A press release says the partnership allows Motlow to become an authorized certified training center, bringing select Mitsubishi Electric Automation classes to regional industries. Classes will be hosted at the Motlow Automation and Robotics Training Center in McMinnville. A revision to the Putnam County Schools cell phone policy could be coming. During a work session this month, Board of Education members discussed a policy change that will allow students to maintain possession of cell phones so long as they are kept off and out of sight. The issue expected to be presented during a February meeting. That's the news from WHUB.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said yesterday on the Dan Patrick Show that he would be a fan of 10-minute quarters in the NBA in the future. They currently have 12-minute quarters, the only league in the world to utilize them. Silver says he likes the idea of shortening games from an average of 2 hours and 15 minutes in total length to about 2 hours. Longtime Nebraska volleyball head coach John Cook announced his retirement yesterday. Cook won 4 national titles with the Cornhuskers in 25 years and made the Final Four 12 times. He finished with a record of 722 and 103, a winning percentage of .875. Danny Bushboom Kelly, a former Cornhusker herself, will take over as head coach after leading Louisville since 2017. In college basketball last night, Maryland upset number 17 Wisconsin 76-68. Auburn beat LSU on the road 87-74. Texas Tech over TCU 71-57, and UConn topped DePaul 72-61. Tennessee Tech basketball will take on Morehead State tonight on the road in Kentucky. The Tech women are tied for second in the OVC as they begin the second half of their conference schedule. On the men's side, they're looking for their first win at Morehead State since 2014. I'm Jacob Vinson, and that was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
A middle school student facing charges after telling fellow students not to come to school Wednesday because he's bringing a gun. A 14-year-old student from John F. Kennedy Middle School in Nashville was arrested and charged with making a threat of mass violence. Multiple school threats have been made in the Nashville area since the deadly shooting at Antioch High School last week. Memphis Animal Services partially resuming operations following an outbreak of canine distemper virus that caused over 100 animals to be euthanized. The outbreak in dogs started when a litter of puppies came into the shelter. MAS said the cat intake and adoptions would start back up Wednesday, and the lobby will be open to visitors interested in adopting a cat. MAS has said they hope to resume all services, including those related to dogs, sometime in February. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
I can solve difficult problems for a Fortune 500 company.
I can run a successful business.
I can manage your home improvements.
I can publicize your message.
I can motivate your audience.
I can put my military experience to work for your company.
I can teach your children.
I can boost your bottom line.
I can add value to your workplace.
I could be a loyal and productive employee.
But I can't put my skills to work for your organization
if I'm not given the opportunity.
If you don't recognize my talents and ability.
If you don't hire me.
If you don't have an open mind and a workplace that's open to everyone.
If you don't realize that America works best when everybody works.
What can you do?
What can you do?
What can you do?
You can remember that it worked.
It's what people can do.
It's what people can do that matters.
Nearly 50 million Americans have disabilities. Capitalize on their talents with employment practices that benefit everyone. Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
A man who struck a Franklin police officer while trying to flee a traffic stop in 2022 is behind bars. WSMV reporting Roy Nicholson III was expected to turn himself in on January 2nd to serve a 5-year sentence for the offense, but never appeared. Nicholson was located in Columbia and arrested Tuesday. The TBI searching for a missing teen from Putnam County. Gabrielle Lee Campbell was last seen Tuesday near East Lake Drive in Cookeville. Campbell is a 16-year-old white male at 5'10", 150 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. The teen was last seen wearing a red shirt, black hoodie, blue jeans, and black and blue shoes. Anyone with information is asked to call the TBI or the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. A middle school student facing charges after telling fellow students not to come to school yesterday because he's bringing a gun. A 14-year-old student from John F. Kennedy Middle School in Nashville arrested and charged with making a threat of mass violence. Multiple school threats have been made in the Nashville area since the deadly shooting last week at Antioch. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
We'll see periods of rain break out today, and they'll stay with us into the evening, especially this afternoon, with temperatures in the mid-50s. Overnight, we'll be back into the upper 40s to around 50. Low 60s tomorrow, but the rain will taper off and gradually we clear out. We'll be in the low 40s by tomorrow night, and by Saturday, sunshine with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're here in the Willow Window Studio, 7:38 now.
Putnam County Mayor Randy Porter joins us, and thank you so much for staying an extra segment with us because we weren't done talking to you.
Well, honored just to be able to be here today and get a whole nother segment.
Well, I wanted to know about how we recruit businesses and things like that to come here, because it seems like y'all are doing a really great job doing that.
Oh boy, it does take a village on that too.
Yeah,
doesn't
it does. It takes a team.
But how?
Angela Rigetko, I forget her title.
She's with the state.
Yeah,
She's with the economic
we've got
development.
so many great people.
How does that work? I mean, so because that's a lot of pieces that you got to put together. You got a public sector, the company, and then the government part. So you got three that you got. I imagine it's kind of like herding cats a little bit.
You would think, but it's really not. We've
Put the
got
right people in the positions.
We've got a team that we build on economic development. So it can happen many ways, but here's the normal way. State will send us what they call an RFI, request for information, and it's a company that's looking to locate Cookeville, or they may just say the state of Tennessee to start with, or it may be multiple states. So they will know, do we have a piece of land this size or an existing building this size, and what we've got to offer. So we have a whole packet then we submit to them if it's something we want to submit. Now we're choosy about what we pick, because not enough people to work in the workforce, so we pick high-paying jobs. We send the information back, and then they say, yeah, we'd like to come and visit. So they'll set up a visit. They'll come. It's very secretive. Most people don't ever know they're here. They're looking. They'll leave. They'll start narrowing it down. And then if they come back for a second visit, that's a really good sign. And then we work with them. And some companies want incentives like, can you give us some tax breaks, or can you help us with the land or the building or something? And then it moves from there. And that process can take a couple of years to work through. That's the normal way. I think last year we had 32 companies that requested information. I think it was about 28 that we submitted on. But we also learned that at any given day, there may be somebody walk in my office, maybe somebody called, maybe somebody call the chamber, the city, and ask. And so that process can start that way. And we've had some companies that have come here that have started that way, that they reached out to me or they reached out to the city. But most of the time it comes down through the state, through Angela Rigetko, and she's our director for the region. And the state works with us. They offer incentive packages much bigger than what we do. Most of the incentives normally come from the state. And that's how that process works. And these companies, one thing I found out when coming into office was that they're very secretive. They do not want their competition knowing where their next.
They don't even want to know they're even looking.
No.
They need to stop making their logo.
Like bringing a plane in with their
side
logo.
of their airplane.
Right. I'd be a little bit more incognito if I was some people.
Yeah.
That I won't mention anymore.
They will. They'll call the airport though and say, "Hey, we're coming in. Could you, our flight plan, can you just kind of not?" No, that's an FAA regulation.
Right.
But can you park our plane back around the side of the building where everybody's not seeing it or something? So, you got that kind of thing, and it's competition there, so we try to do what
do you hear back from people, like, as far as what they like, what they don't like about Putnam County? When you are trying.
Oh, well, that does help you improve, I'm
when
sure.
When you're going through the recruiting process of getting whether it's a big factory or a shopping complex or whatever it is that you're trying to recruit to here, what's the good, what's the bad that you've heard?
So the good is you're on the interstate. You got 111 interstate intersection coming here in Putnam County. You got a safe community. Low crime, but at the same time, you're big enough that you've got all the things that our employees are going to want as far as retail and restaurants and college and regional hospital and all those things. We hear a lot of good stuff, and it's always that same thing. Wow, y'all are so friendly.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't realize we have all the things we have.
No, they look at us. When they look at us on paper, they think, Cookeville, Putnam County, 84,000 population county. That's too small.
Yeah.
Well, they're not looking at us with the surrounding counties in the region, because when you start looking at that, you're looking at a population of about 350.
Well, you've got to explain to them exactly how it works in this area, because we may be different than any area they've dealt with. That brings another question. How do they even learn about us, these other countries, to begin with? Because that's part of our state's
We do a lot of marketing. It is.
Too.
Yeah, the state economic development, and we do some too, advertising in magazines and stuff around the country and around the world.
Well, like the German company.
Yeah, Horman.
Herman.
It looks like Horman, but it's Herman, the way they pronounce it. But yeah, well, you had a tech graduate that was the vice president.
That helped, didn't it?
That helped a lot. But you look at Portobello.
Yes.
Tile company from another country, and they wanted to be here. But a lot of that is the state is really putting out stuff all across the world about what Tennessee has to offer, and
it matters.
It matters.
Well, the state itself is business friendly.
Absolutely.
And the county and town of Cookeville is also very business friendly. So I imagine you start looking at that, and that makes a huge difference, no matter what amenities we may have here in the county, because money talks.
It does, and that was one of my goals, and some other folks when we got elected in 2014, was we wanted to make sure that we had a business-friendly environment in Putnam County, that and we do. And
everybody benefits from that.
They do.
The folks living in this area benefit. They get good paying jobs with great benefits, and then we have more things to offer folks that come. That's why we're growing so much.
It is.
Just because, it's anytime you have a county or city official in, you have to ask, what's going on at the old fairgrounds?
Randy's sick of that question.
I mean, it's like a law. Well, I mean, what's the update there? I mean,
well, the update is not much of an update. So we're waiting on the federal government on the VA clinic.
Oh Lord!
And so that thing is drug out. So they put out a bid back last year to get a company that would do all the environmental studies, not only for our project here, but for 7 or 8 others. They didn't get a single bidder. And so it put them behind. They had to try to find a company and put out another bid, and finally got a company that did it. Started late last fall, probably October, November. So we're still waiting to hear as to if the fairgrounds gets chosen as a piece of property. And then you got the Florida developer that has the option on the rest of the fairgrounds property.
Right.
But he's also one of the developers that's on the VA part.
So he's waiting for the VA before any of that.
We're all sitting waiting for the VA, and I have all these developers that have the option on the fairgrounds. There's about 6 of them. They call all the time. Hey, Randy, you heard anything? No, not a word. And I reached out to the feds, to the VA. They wouldn't tell me anything because the county's property is one of the properties they're looking at. So they say they're in a quiet period where they can't. So.
Well.
With that being said, that expo center, Jason and I have both been there and toured it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
And then the thing that it's a beautiful building, but it's not the expo center; it's the convention center.
The convention center.
We're fixing to build the expo center.
To build that right beside it, and then a hotel in front of it.
We're working. I've been talking to hotel developers, trying to get somebody to come. What they're waiting on is, okay, Randy, you say you're going to build the expo center.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even bigger.
But are you?
Yeah.
It's going to be bigger than the convention center that's already there right now.
Much bigger.
Well, I understand that. I mean, I'm sure these guys get taken quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was talking to somebody yesterday about that Hawkins Crawford Road. Is there a way to connect it on up to Baxter? Because does it? Because if so, boy, that would be a major thoroughfare down through there, that Hawkins Crawford.
No, it comes back around, connects over to Highway 70, and it's a little 2-lane road. It's not very big, but we're working on our transportation committee. I've got put that committee together back in 2017, 2018, and we're getting together back again this afternoon to re-update our transportation plan and looking at the projects that we need to move up, because we got several of them funded and the state's got them on the list to do, so we're going to be looking at that. But A lot going on. Yeah, and we're going to start on the Expo Center, working on the architect plans, hopefully probably early summer.
If it turns out as good as the convention center.
Yeah, that convention center is beautiful.
It'll be great.
Thank you. We appreciate it. It's going to be popular, we think.
All right. Well, Randy, we'll let you get on about your day now.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed being on.
Ask those hard-hitting questions that we do here on.
He always has their good answers for us, though. Good job.
Thank you.
It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back, so hang out, okay?
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk, Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at the Livingston Central Park. The race is supporting Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable homes and strengthen communities. So lace up and join the fun Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at Livingston Central Park for Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk. To register, visit uchabitat.org.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place to get away from the stresses of life. Willow Window can help transform your home with the highest quality windows and window treatments. Choose from honeycomb shades, plantation shutters, or blackout blinds for privacy. Motorized window treatments can control outside light with the touch of a remote. Get your free estimate today. Call 931-WINDOW-1. Willow Window, 310 Newman Drive in Cookeville.
Willow Window, making your home beautiful again.
Your Cookeville Gas Department works closely with contractors to make certain no gas line is broken when excavation is done. However, there are times when damage does occur. If you smell gas where construction is being done, please notify the gas department immediately. Better yet, call us before you dig and let us locate the lines for you. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas, energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
Over 50 years and still going strong and growing. With American Way, you'll gain the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in today's market. We provide realtors the tools they need to succeed, so this essentially adds up to success for the agents. If you are willing to work, we can make it happen for you. We also have a very family-oriented culture with a focus on productivity. Give me a call. I'm William Ball, 931-310-6291.
American Way Real Estate, 710 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville.
Easy Cater. It's all the food for your workplace, all in one place. With over 100,000 restaurants nationwide on one platform. Whether you need food for company meetings or events, daily employee lunches, or your next lunch and learn, Easy Cater makes food for work, work. And it doesn't stop at lunch. With Easy Cater, you've got great breakfast options, snacks, treats, and more. Whenever and wherever work happens, Easy Cater's here to make the food happen. Order now at easycater.com.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville. 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:52 now.
Tomorrow we'll have Upper Cumberland reporter in here with us to update us on what's going on with our high school basketball teams and some of the sports. So that's going to be a good show tomorrow. Absolutely, too. We always have fun on Fridays with them.
Yes, tomorrow. Tonight on Hub Plus, if you're watching, you can see the Randy Porter Show and also Cookeville Lifestyles Magazine. And two great shows. And we've got 3 or 4 other shows we're going to hopefully be adding here within the next 30 days to Hub Plus. So we'd encourage you to download the Hub Plus app and get that on your Roku device. We hope to have it available on other devices at some point, listed on more streaming services at some point. So it's just the beginning, but Hub Plus app on Roku. It's free, don't cost anything. No matter where you're at, you can get it. As long as you got internet and a Roku, then we're available. Of course, Good Morning Cookeville's on every morning on Hub Plus, and also YouTube and Facebook and all the other places, and the radio. Don't forget the radio. That's still real important. 107.7, 1400 WHUB. So we're growing. For those of you who are going through the pains of growing with us, bless y'all's heart. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we're really in search of great local programming too. We've got some great churches that have jumped on board with us too.
Yeah. So we got a lot of cool stuff happening. Sheila, before we get out of here, we haven't done this in a long time, but we're always finding these dumb headlines.
Yeah. They're fun to think of what it means because we don't click on them.
Well, some of them are pretty self-explanatory, but we don't need to get too far deep into it because, well, let's just face it, we got other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So here are some of those headlines that we just didn't bother to read the article. The first one was, meet the world's first adult diaper influencer.
A diaper influencer. Okay.
All right.
The adult diapers are necessary.
They are, but I mean, do you want to be an adult diaper influencer?
Depends on how much money I make. I wouldn't sneeze at it, If it makes good money, I would do it. I don't care.
Oh, I bet the adult diaper influencer can't sneeze without peeing.
That's true. That's why you need the adult diapers.
That's why you need it.
Yeah.
Number 2. Dumb headline is Michelle Pfeiffer loves a black turtleneck. And now, didn't she play Catwoman?
She sure did. And she was in that movie, The Fabulous Baker Boys, too. Remember her singing on top of that piano?
That's right.
Looking all sexy. Then was Catwoman.
So do you think that's why she likes the black turtleneck, is because she still looks like Catwoman a little bit?
Maybe. Or... Now, if you've known some of the ladies, I hate to bring that. I don't know about her, but I know Diane Keaton always has that neck covered, if you've noticed. And she wears gloves a lot, too, which she always looks cute. She's got a great stylist.
Who are you talking about?
Diane Keaton.
Oh, Diane Keaton.
But she has her neck covered a lot because she's older, and you get the rings around your neck like you're a tree almost.
The waddle.
The waddle. I'm hoping I'm trying to work on that waddle.
Man, I'm starting to get a waddle.
It's like Jamie Lee Curtis said. She goes, why do we say anti-aging? You can't help. You're going to age. So why are we so anti it? I mean, it's going to happen. And if we're lucky, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, that's
There's things that we don't like about aging, but at least we got our feet on the ground and not underground.
It's better than the alternative.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Absolutely. All right. Another one here. Only a bra manufacturer can make NASA's $100,000 Apollo space suits.
I have heard about this before.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Because, bras can be, complicated.
Yes. And very uncomfortable.
Right.
And when somebody makes a comfortable one, you go to that one every time.
There's already, wires and stuff running through it.
Yeah.
System of pulleys and knobs.
Pulleys. But I mean, NASA gets the best of the best, so why not get one?
I wonder what bra manufacturer it was.
I need to find out.
NASA's Secret.
Yeah. Instead of Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. Fredericks of NASA.
Frederick's Secret of NASA. I combine the two.
Do they still have Fredericks? Remember that?
Fredericks of Hollywood.
Yeah, remember that? That was I remember it being a Hickory Hollow Mall.
Right.
And I'd get in trouble looking at
Don't
it.
even look that way, right?
My mom would get, don't you look over there.
She'd probably take that purse and hit you.
That's sluts. Oh.
You're like, oh, well, then you wanted to look even that much more then when she said that.
Let me look right at it.
She's like, quit turning your head that way.
Yeah. All right, one more, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor explains why shoppers feel the urge to poop in hardware stores.
Oh, my. Haven't ever had that urge.
I haven't either.
I mean.
And I've been to a lot of hardware, because, thinking about it, I I have gone at the hardware store where I have another place. Yeah.
Do people leave you alone? Maybe it's not as crowded and you feel more comfortable there.
No, it's just even more crowded.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know.
You want to just be public pooping is not my favorite thing to do. It's not my favorite thing to do anyway. Yeah, I'll just put it out there. Yeah, it's not easy.
All right, guys, we'll get out of here on
the poop note. Sorry about that,
sure.
but
Have a great rest of your day. Go ahead and put it on your calendar. February 9th, that's the Super Bowl. We'll be at Honky Tonk National for that with great prizes. Speaking of hardware stores, Landers Trade is giving away a grill.
Yeah.
Come out and see us at Honky Tonk National for the big game. It's the big game bash. Y'all have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY. 107.7 FM. And AM 1400 WHUB.